रोल नंबर 12.
Yes, sir.
मैडम स्टार्ट करें.
Yes. Good morning to all. To this online 11th and 12th faculty induction program organized by Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, UGC Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar. Myself, Dr. Bhavna Agrawal, row number 12. Before starting, I would like to introduce today's resource person, Dr. Bhaskar Sethi, on of morning session. Dr. Bhaskar Sethi earned his MSc in chemistry from Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Aurangabad in 2003 and PhD in Physical and Material Science Division from National Chemical Laboratory, Pune in 2011. After 5 years of doctoral experience at NCL Pune in 2008, he has joined Department of Chemistry as an assistant professor. He spent 1 year as a Fulbright postdoctoral fellow through United States India Educational Foundation Fellowship Scheme in the Department of Chemistry and Chemical Biology at USC during 2012 and 13. Dr. Bhaskar has contributed 4 book chapters and 75 journal papers with nearly 2,500 citations and 20 H index, along with 43 I-10 index. Dr. Bhaskar has contributed 4 book chapters. Dr. Bhaskar is having active contribution in funded research projects from DST. He is co-investigator for DST SHRI project of rupees 81.01 lakhs. He is also an active member of group projects in Department of Chemistry funded by DST, FIST and UGC SAP with consolidated outlay of 2.5 crore. He has given more than 70 invited talks, including several popular and plenary lectures in several national and international conferences. Dr. Bhaskar served as a reviewer for various national and international researcher finding and fellowships, including Fulbright Junior Advanced Research Award during 2017-18 of Polish US Fulbright Commission, Poland, Research Grant Proposal of Foundation of Polish Science Poland, Extramural Research Grant Funding of DST served from Chemical and Physical Sciences Government of India. Dr. Bhaskar has received several awards and recognitions, including Young Associate of Maharashtra Academy of Sciences, Department of Atomic Energy, Young Scientist Research Awards from Board of Research in Nuclear Sciences, Mumbai, Government of India, Fulbright Nehru Postdoctoral Research Fellowships through United States India Educational Foundation, Fast Track Scheme of Young Scientists from DST Serve, Government of India, awarded for JRF and Senior Research Fellowship Award by CSIR Government of India during 2005, January 2007. He is an executive committee of life active member of Indian Society for Electroanalytical Chemistry of India, active member of American Chemical Society, along with that life active member of Materials Research Society of India, Microscope Society of India, Electrochemical Society of India, American Chemical Society of and Society of Material Chemistry. Over to you, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Over to you.
Yeah. So I am audible properly. Yeah. Good morning, all.
Good morning.
First of all, I would like to thank the director HRDC, our mentor is Professor Satish Patil sir, my friend Rafe sir, and Gaurav and Amol, who are looking the technical support for this online course. Okay, so this is a faculty induction program. I thought it's better to talk on future opportunities, which we should have the exposure of this as far as the teacher is concerned. We can move, we can promote our students, master student, PhD students, or we can ask some of your trades, those who are coming in this stream with a proper profile, right? So by keeping this view and the diversification from the different discipline, I thought it's too better to talk in a general way. So what I'm going to talk today is to explore the opportunities which are there from the USIF organization, that is United States India Educational Foundation organization. Through that, the Fulbright, Nehru, and other Fulbright fellowships opportunities are there. That is not only for the Indian to go in a US. US people also can move to any country where the system of bilateral bridge already is established, right? So I will initially I will talk something the history and the background of this Fulbright Nehru. Then I'll move toward the actual the process. Who can go? Who can apply? How to apply? Then and what is the tricks we should know during the application, right? So by this way, I will give the overview about this fellowship. If you are talking about the Fulbright program as a program, very first the name of Senator J. William Fulbright will come. So then, if you are talking about a Fulbrighter, it has initiated by the senator, American senator, after Second World War. There was the uh, very big problem in front of United States, and they thought the common people are suffering from such type of disaster like a war. So then they thought, why not to make the cultural homogeneity globally? So for that, they choose the education is the actual way to make them understand the there are the cultural differences to minimize it. And then they thought they collected some amount and they fixed that amount and they approached the different country to ask them to put some amount as a for the fellowship and some other, right? So by this way they put their vision that increase the mutual understanding between the people of the United States and peoples of the other countries. Not believe 160 different countries are involved in this. See this left side, we have the profile of this Fulbright today's scenario. So, and what this fellowship does, it creates a large academic and cultural network around the world. So it means we should have the cultural tendency, right? Cultural strengths, cultural involvement. Person should have the ability or the capability to involve in a even in a new people, and of course they should have the academic strength. So that helps them to minimize the breach. This is the idea behind this. It has established after Second World War, that is established in 1946. Around 4 lakh scholars are benefited by this program. Different around 8,000 grants annually they gives. Around 21,000 fellowships administered by the United States India Educational Foundation, not only with India, with some other countries also, right? If 160 are there, so if one country around like different like uh, 10 grants they are giving, so automatically 1,000 means like automatically around 16,000 number of granted will come to the people. And so the one grant having like a 3 4 what we get the selected candidates. So accordingly it will go around 21,000 per year like this, right? So this is the case. Actually they have fixed the amount everything has sketched well, and they just release the amount every year, right? So the mission is to promote the mutual understanding, and vision is to give the educational gateway to the United States and India, sharing out of educational information on both sides, to advocate for the Indo-United States educational collaborations, supporter of a quality in and access to the education. So this is about the vision and mission of the United States Educational or India Educational Foundation, right? So the administration of the Fulbright, Nehru, and other fellowships for India and America students, faculties, and professionals. So where the students, employees as the faculties, and professionals like people from the leadership, people from the administration, people from the professional courses also can move. The promotion of a dialogue among the Fulbrighters and their communities as an outgrowth of the educational exchange. See how carefully they are handling this issue. So what they are thinking, about is to minimize the gap between the thought process of the people. See, there are gaps. We from the India are very cultured people. Family members like our parents are not allowing us to be roam on the shorts, right? Like Western dresses and all these things. And reverse to that, if you are seeing the foreigners, they are on a half dress. Right? From where this gap is, that gap we can overcome. So there they have the problems. Them is like they are, if it is a hot, it's very hot. So every people are having such type of dresses. So people are least bother about the what others are wearing, but here is not like that. We follow the there is a gap. So this gap we can minimize by means there are some positive things with the United States people. There are some positive things with the Indian people. If the Fulbrighter from the US is coming to the India, that person will learn a lot many things here, and he will carry that and will get implement there with the people. If the person from the India has moved to the United States, that person will learn the positive things from there, will carry that and will get implement here, right? So it means that this educational exchange is the platform which will give us the dialogue amongst the Fulbrighters, and they will give the outgrowth. So educational advising services for the Indian students interested in the pursuing higher education in the United States and United States in India. It serves as a clearing house for linkages between institutions of the higher education in the US and the India through India, US India Higher Educational Corporations. Right? So this is the organization which is looking for this everything, right? So what Fulbright is offering? Fulbright is offering different fellowships. That fellowships for the master, that is Fulbright Nehru Masters Program. That is the FN stands for the Fulbright Nehru, and FK stands for the Fulbright Kalam. These are the additional fellowships as initiated during the Abdul Kalam was the president from the India side, right? So Fulbright Nehru was the program which has initiated initially. That time the Jawaharlal Nehru was the president from the India, right? So on their names, this has started. Some other parallel fellowships are there. The Raman Fellowship is there. Singh Obama Fellowship is there. They're doing the Singh from the India and Manmohan Singh from the India, and then president of the United States, Obama was there, right? So these were the fellowships are there, but this particular organization is handling the fellowships corresponding to the FN and FK. FN, that is for the master fellowship, that is for the doctoral research fellowship, that is also Kalam fellowship, Fulbright Kalam fellowship, that is doctoral research fellowship, that is mostly related to the environment. Right? Special attention is toward the environment, toward the energy, and toward the climate change. Right? So these fellowships are covered under FK, that is Fulbright Kalam fellowships. That is Fulbright Nehru for the academic and professional excellence fellowships. Fulbright Kalam for the academic and professional excellence fellowships, where the people from the academics, means like organization, can go. Visiting chair programs or the by the Fulbright Nehru International Educational Administrator Seminar. So for that, like for the international seminars, people can go under the title of through the education administrators seminar, right? So this is the way how the programs are listed. There are some supporting programs, and related to that is Hubbard Humphrey Fellowship Program. That also program. This program is also covered with. These are some of these fellowships. Fulbright Foreign Language Teaching Assistant Program. These are the additional programs as initiated. Fulbright Distinguished Award in Teaching Program for the international teachers. Right. This program, this award is there. Fulbright Teaching Excellence and Achievement Award, Fulbright Scholar in Residence Program Award. These are the grants as initiated through these Fulbright fellowships. Hello, anybody problem? Excuse me.
हॅलो सर, आवाज येत नाही.
तुमच्या इकडला बंद झाला का?
हो झाला सर, झाला.
Okay, thank you. So these are the different programs where which we are talking about. So what are the necessary things which people are looking into during the selections from the Indian nationals? Very first is high level of academic and professional achievements. Academic achievements will come from your actual the maturity in your subject from which you are applying. Professional will come from, because once you enter in the United States, you should start with to grasp the culture from there, to collect the information, interact with the people. That will come from your professional involvement, right? And so of course there is no other communication way. You should have the proper English communication. Either it means like there should have the good listening, good writing, good talking. All three modes where you should have the strength. Then and then only you can exchange your thoughts. Right? This is the actual view behind this. If you are employed, of course everybody will follow this rule. That is, application should be the routed through the proper channel. So your organization should know that you are moving to the some other place for a stipulated time or the like a 6 month, maybe year, maybe 2 years, something like that. Not be applying for a holding permanent residence. The actual base of this fellowship that you should learn certain things from the United States and should come back and implement here to make the people means like alert to improve their academic leadership. So these are the expectations which are there from you. So these fellowships will not allow you to be stay for a permanent residence in United States. Right? It means green card is not allowed. The preference will be given to the candidates who have not had extensive recent US experience. So if somebody is already is there in the United States and that fellow or that student or that applicant is not getting additional money, so is approaching for these, so that will not allow. So those who are in United States, for them, they will not allow to apply for this, or they will not get this fellowship. The preference will be given to the candidates who have had an extensive recent US experience. So the new entries are expecting from this Fulbright, right? So the Fulbright Nehru Master's program, if you are talking about, so around 2 years grant duration is there, and this is like yearly 80K. That much amount they will get it. And here we have the listed fields, not subjects. See, just understand first. If you are from the management science and your project, you want your attention is toward means like you are proposing to move, or your statement of approach is having the economic space. So then automatically you will go for the you will get content in the economics. So it means there is no limit in a subject. There is a limit in a area. If you are from the political science, and you should know you have learned certain things related to the a political approach toward the environmental remediation. So then your project would be in that line, right? So by this way, if my area is related to the physics, so I will be counted from the physics instead of a chemistry, right? So here is the area is important, not a subject. So these are the proposed fields. Your project will fix among this, because these are the societally relevant topics or the fields they have chosen, or they are listed, or they are taken permission. So from this, the applications has called. Means like your project is related to the women studies or the gender equality or gender studies. So we have one of the point, urban and regional planning, because there is a very big gap here in India. The lifestyle in some of the people from the villages, they are entirely different than the lifestyle of the people who are staying in metro cities, right? So that planning, that gap is everywhere, but we as the Indian, that gap is very big. The reason behind this is everybody wanted to move to the cities, right? So this is the way actually the things are moving. So these are the listed fields and designed for highly motivated individuals. So if it is for the master, so the bunch of a student like from the class like 10, 15 students can go at a time. They will admit to the one of the course in United States, maybe in Stanford, maybe in Rutgers, maybe in Texas, somewhere. And through that, they've learned that course and come back. And again, remaining our PG, they will do here. So this comes from the, or this will motivate toward their leadership qualities, right? So those who have completed the bachelor degree, either from the India or either from the United States, have at least 3 years of professional work experience and are committed to return and contribute to the communities. These are the things of the evaluation, right? So by this way, this particular program is applied. Right. For this year field studies, these are the chosen fields, especially like a bioengineering, like a health science, right? These are the areas which are coming up. Neuroscience. So through these areas, it means these are the listed areas. From this, automatically means like every subject will get covered. That I wanted to see here. Even though they have made the limit for this, these are the means like agriculture science. If your problem is falling in this agriculture science area, so you have the huge scope to present your project in this, right? So anthropology, bioengineering, chemistry, computer science, economics, educational policy and planning, of course, energy studies, of course, earth science, history, language, literature, linguistics, material science. These are the different fields. Along with this, we have the mathematical science, neuroscience, performing arts. These are the old things already is there, right? So these are the additional things which has incorporated for this year into this. So this is about the Fulbright Nehru Research Fellowships. These fellowships are for the duration of 6 to 9 months. This is designed for the scholars registered for a PhD at Indian institution on or before November of every year. This is the call for the July, means like for 24, 25, and process has initiated in 23. July 23 was the opening. Sorry, is the deadline. Sorry, is the opening, and the deadline for this call is like a November. Right? So this is for the 24, 25. Now the calls will come this month. That calls for the next year. So it means your selection process will take around a year, and you will start going your flying from India is after 1.5 years from the date of application open, right? So by this way, it is designed for the scholars register for the PhD. Those PhD students has registered here in Indian institution, universities, central universities, or any affiliated colleges. They can apply for this. So we have the Fulbright Nehru Postdoctoral Research Fellowship. This is another problem, it's like a fellowship which is dedicated only for those who are wanted to move for their higher studies after PhD from India. Right? That may be the research scholar or the PhD students, or that may be the young faculties. So designed for the faculty and research, we have a PhD or diploma in master degree program between July 17, 2019 and July 16, 2023. Right? So this is the route for this fellowship we can get for like 8 to 24 months from here. Once you award and join the organization, you have this much duration where you can move for the higher studies, right? Fulbright Nehru Academic and Professional Excellence Fellowship. This is designed for the faculty, researchers, and professionals, those who are interested in teaching, research, and both teaching and research together at a United States institution, right? This is for the actual faculty, the researchers. Sometimes the problem is that we have the bunch of people in United States from the Bengal, bunch of people from the Kerala. So they need a local teacher also to teach them that language. If somebody which are routinely coming in contact with these people, so then what they will think, they will try to learn that grammar or that teaching aids. So by that way, there is a demand for the tutors which are going from the India. If they are from the local, from the Bengali, they will teach. If they are locally from the Kerala, they will teach the Malayalam, right? So along with that, some new teaching method you are proposing and that is appealing, they will call you to implement that in United States, right? So it means both the organization, United States also and India also, they are very serious about or they are selfish, we can say. Right? For that duration, they both organizations are paying for you, means they are expecting a report from you as in time. Right? So duration for these teachers, because these are the people are already they are engaged in the organizations. So that duration is like 4 to 9 months, where the people can move from their organization through the proper channel by taking the permission from the UGC. They are going abroad and coming back like that. The route is there, right? So another fellowship or another domain in this fellowship that we were talking about, the FK fellowship, that is Fulbright Kalam, that is totally especially dedicated to the climate fellowship. These fellowships are offered to build long-term capacity to address climate change related to the related issues to in India and the United States. These grants are offered at 3 different levels. One is the doctoral research, another is for the postdoctoral, and also for the academic and professional excellence. As same, these 3 domains are there, which has covered in Fulbright Nehru Fellowship. That was for the general areas. This is limited for the climate change. In addition to that, this is like a multidisciplinary approach to global integration. to propose for the purpose of teaching, lecturing, and or conducting the research at the especially Emory University, right? So this is like a visiting chair. Uh, what you can say? The talent from India should go and do take the one semester teaching there and then come back to the from United States to back to the India, right? So like a teaching, we are teaching here for one semester. We are taking particular one paper. So if that is matching with the ongoing program in that university, what you will do, you will go for one semester. To stay there, to get a remuneration, everything will get covered by the Fulbright Nehru. So you will get that benefit from this organization as a chair program. So in other, like in MIT also, this one more visiting chair is there, right? This is designed for the Indian scholars for the purpose of teaching, learning, and or conducting research at United States. University of Massachusetts and in Emerged, right? So that field for this is the public policy, and duration is for the one semester. So it means that topic is there, that unit is there. So likewise. So the Fulbright Nehru International Education Administrator Seminar that is designed to provide Indian mid to senior level faculty and administrators from the educational institutions in India the opportunity to experience firsthand the higher education institution in the United States. So, right, this is the way actually administrators will get a benefit. Like this is for the duration for the 2 weeks, where these are the noted administrators from India. They move to the United States. They possible they take the what can I say the positive features of the United States, and they will come back and will implement to the common people. This is the actual approach of this International Education Administrators Seminar, because administrators, professionals, these are the people these days leading the society, right? So in that way, that is very important for us to get the fellowship through this administrator seminar program. Another United States fellowship which we are talking about, that is Herbert H. Humphrey Fellowship Program. This program is for the 10 months. These are the listed areas from these. Means that is not limit for your top subject. You will not get the title as a chemistry. You will not get a title as the commerce and management science. You will not get the title like a zoology or the botany. But everything will come from the all the subjects, right? So we need to search. We need to find out where we will fit it. Up to at what standard you need to show to make them accept. So these are very important things. So this is designed for the young and mid-career professionals, policy makers, planners, administrators, and managers from the government or the public sector or the private sector. And of course, NGOs with a master's or 4-year professional degree. Right? So these are the basic things which has counted in this program. So during the listening of the different fellowship, you may have the question that what are the grant benefits, how much you will get it, how the government is supporting, how this fellowship is having the role. It's very simple and straightforward. You will get the monthly stipend. Stipend has a fellowship. From that, you will cover your food. You will cover your routine expenses like housing and all these things. And accident and sickness program for the exchanger, that is as per the United States government guidelines. They have your SSN number. It's not like how the things are here in India. So what that SSN will do? SSN will be the the database of your own. So that will be that will help us to identify, or that will help us to give the accident and sickness problem as per the United States government. So there we no need to pay. You are already knowing that in United States private hospitals are not there. All hospitals has under the one roof. Just you need to go for the insurance. Through insurance, automatically your bill will government will pay to the that particular hospital. Right? Every hospitals are mapped in a government sector, in a government platform. So likewise, so accident and sickness program. So for that, you no need to worry. They will take care of everything. Right? So if you are going for the master, if you are going for the PhD, in some institutions, you need to pay some fees. So that fees or other allowances, this organization will pay directly to their account. Right? See how much beautiful this Fulbright fellow, Fulbright Nehru fellowship is there, right? So another benefit which you will get it, that is round up trip economy class travel from home city to the United States. Even though you are going by car from here to the Mumbai, and from Mumbai your aeroplane is moving, so in that case they will give your bus charges or any bill if you have submitted, they will pay for that, right? Especially if you are talking about the travel grant, yes, they are responsible for so they will take the a seat from very reputed airlines like Air India and all these things, right? So this way we have the route to find out the benefits of this particular fellowship, right? And which already we have talked about the tuition and other fees in case of the masters. So if you are talking about the timeline, so we have the program, you will get allowance in every February, right? And so from that, the call will get open, and we have the application deadline that is mid-May to the mid-September in 2023. So we have the application deadline, and that deadlines vary for the different applications. It's not like that all 10-15 programs will get closed in the same day. It's not like that. we have the application deadline that depends on the opening and when it is open, but majority, very first call will come in February, right? And so the process starts in between February to the September, May, or for some fellowship up to the September, you have scope to interact with the mentor or the professor from the what the US to
No sound, sir.
okay. So we have the once you have applied, after application you have the scope to work on the screening. The subject expert will work not only the screening, they will send to the reviewer, reviewers inputs, they will take it, and from that they shortlist you people and they call for the interview at the like in August to December in between, right? So maybe in November also they will call interviews also, as like we have seen. So for the different program, you have the different panel, and accordingly you have the different timelines also. So, but in tentative, between the August to December, they will call for the interviews, right? So then, from the interview, if the by seeing the performance from the interview, how the people have recommended you, right? So by considering every aspect, your strength of the proposal, is it that particular university is worth for to work on that project, or you are entitled to work on that project, is the expertise is same or different? So everything will count, and they recommend accordingly your application to the partner agency, that is United States. This will be interview will be here in India. The Fulbright is the Fulbright's one big what is the office is there in Delhi, and they will call for the interview at Delhi, and from that you will get shortlisted, and they send your documents to the United States for the approval, and after approval from the United States, you will get the sanction or the award letter till your February, right? So then once you got the award letter, the actual process starts. The insurance of your grant terms and everything, the document is your visa processing, and that will be done in May to January, right? That is about the up to July, you will get a visa, and you are ready to depart from India to the United States in July to July of the next year. If the call is open in February, and next year July, actual you will move to the United States. See, the journey is of like 1.5 years to finish these things. Right, this is the data which we are showing here is from the Fulbright Nehru grantees which has moved from India to the United States. So this count is given and the distribution is showing. So it means the selection is also same way. If you want to stay in Kansas, the Kansas University, so it means all should be in the same city, it will not be like that. They are looking for the geographical distribution. Means one or two should be in a Rutgers, one or two should be in a New York, one or two should be in a New Mexico, one or two should be in a Warangal University, Washington DC. So right, that distribution is also get maintained. Right. So by this way, we have the ways to handle the geographical distribution. Right. Then question comes, what is actual process of application? Applicant must complete an online application by the application deadline. In time, you should apply, and there is a through the online mode. Right, resources to prepare the application is that to very first you just understand what is this USIEF. Go to this website, everything is there. Guidelines for the applicants are very important part, which is already there on a website. Attend a monitoring program. Also, what benefit you will get, because everything is there on a web. If you study properly from last, like from the fellowships granted in last 10 years, so you will get a trend idea. So in these areas, majority of applicants are moving to the United States from the India. So that is enough for us. So accordingly, you start prepare. See, of course, there is a competition, but other side is very safer. What is that? The data is available. So find out the area of interest of this organization, and accordingly you try to frame your proposal. Right? So attend a monitoring program which is organized the United States India Educational Foundation. They call the induction program or the monitoring program of around in April of every year, and they will get the some seniors also for that, are the lecture speakers. They interact with the people like 2 to 3 days, every grantees they called, and they will make hello
हॅलो.
येस सर.
आवाज येत नाही सर.
Sorry, it was muted. Sorry, yeah. So here we have the Fulbright, means like a current fellows page is there. So this data is there. Just you go to the website as USIEF. You have a data of past 2 to 3 years or past like a 20 years data is there already. You just choose the year, go to that page, find out the trend, find out the contact details, call that fellow, take help, and prepare your application. Right? So this is the way actually there. Updates are given by the USIEF on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter pages. So through that, we can go for the, or we can update accordingly your profile. View the videos. Indian Fulbright ambassadors are there. Some success stories are there. So that everything is there on a web. Identify and correspond with the potential US host institutions. That will come from the interaction with the last paid people, or if you are applying, approaching to the one of the US fellow or US professor. So in that university, if somebody is there, that fellow will help, will go to that professor, will ask, will give the means like a positive feedback in absence of you to that professor. So then that professor will take that your application very positively, because at the end, how efficiently means how you are beneficial for his laboratory, that also he or she has to propose. Accordingly, automatically that will mark some positive things in your application. Right? So to make the effective proposal, there are some tricks which you should be serious about. One is to provide a clear and detailed description of your objective, because other than your research supervisor, nobody is having the expertise in your expertise. Am I right? So the clarity or the self-explanatory things should reflect in your proposal. Otherwise, if the reviewer is not understanding what you have written, so there is no meaning. Right? Because you should propose in such a way that, okay, scientific problem is there, but that should come out in the way like this is a societal problem. So non-scientific people should understand your objective. That is the motivation of this slide. Demonstrate the significance of your project in relation with the India, United States, and justify your need to pursue it in the United States. Explain how your project can be completed within the time frame. This is also equally important. Right? Show how your research proposal fits in with your previous training, research, and future objectives. Right? Mention US university at which you would prepare to be affiliated or have corresponded with, stating specific reasons for the preference. So these are the certain points which organization is looking for, or that will reflect on. If these points you consider, automatically your proposal will be the effective proposal. Timeline should reflect strength, novelty, along with the deadline, in time completion, along with the something you are taking back to your country, something you are implementing to the that United States universities. So these things people are looking for this. Similarly, for the lecturing is also is the same. It is like familiarizes yourself with the courses on the United States campuses, content, structured, pedagogy, and grading. Right. So if you are going for the one semester course, so you should see the what you are teaching is exactly matching the routine program which is there. Lecturing proposals should be for full courses. Course 100% you should have the course structure which is proposed for the Fulbright, and that is going on in that United States campuses. Team teaching or a series of seminars focus on your teaching experience indicates range of courses taught, including teaching methods. Mention your role with the curriculum development, right? If you during the preparing your courses, sorry, proposal, that proposal should self-explanatory give the idea that you have the capacity to work with the team in a teaching, or you can be a series of seminar. You have entitled to take the series of seminars in or the series of workshops. You are open-hearted for the teaching, so these things should come. The focus on your teaching experience indicates range of courses taught, including teaching methods, mention your role, and all these things. At a sample course outline for the proposal, you should have the outline like a timeline how we used to give me in the proposal during the teaching, during research, right? Likewise, same way here, course outline is very important, along with the references as the reading material. Expected outcome is indicates how the Fulbright lecturing experience will impact you, your home institution, your discipline, right? So these are the things like a new approaches to curriculum planning, innovative teaching techniques, and all these things, right? So by taking the consideration of all these points, we can go for the effective planning of lecturing proposal. Another is the at the back end. This is equally important. Somebody should recommend you. The reason why it's having the more important reason when this is without knowing you, without personally talking with you, that person is accepting you and that government is paying for you. So for that purpose, in absence of you, these people will take a confidential report from somebody who are knowing you, and they knows if the person is more senior, is the director of some organization, or the people will not say something overwhelming about you, right? They will give the factual report. So in that point of view, references are having certain values. One should be your supervisor if you are going for the postdoctoral studies, or you are pursuing your PhD with that person. So their reports is one of the, and others two are the head of the institution, like vice chancellor or the registrar or some other collab. So these are the things actually which we'll see from the reports, right? People who are familiar with your work and can provide a realistic assessment of your abilities as well as the merits of the proposal, they should be your reference. Right? So the comment should take on your ability to successful completion of this assigned project if they get a Fulbright. Seriousness of a purpose, adaptability to new situations, leadership qualities and resourcefulness and initiatives is the actual approach of this references. So for that, you just provide a brief write-up or the bibliography or the recent CV to the referee. Accordingly, they will write. Because once you put the names in on a website, the organization will contact them directly. So you have been assigned one of the reference from this and this. You should help them. You should write them and so on. Right? Then selection criteria. It is very tough, actually tough step of evaluation, that is interview. So here, as far as my experience has concerned, if you ask me, so they will call for interview in very what you can say, in a very systematic manner. So if two people have called, one myself and one of my friend, another friend from the even same organization, on my means like upon my later of interview, they might have added the time and date. Time like 10:30 is my interview, and 11:30 is the interview of another friend. So likewise, they have the schedule. This much systematically they does. And inside we have the 5 people from United States for the interview and 5 people from the India, because both are paying. So we both should be serious. So the wrong people should not select. So in that way, the interview panel is there. So they look for the academic credentials, your strength. Academics is like what we can say, the systematic improvement, progressive improvement. So that is the academic credential and professional ability based on the different or working with the different organizations, different collaborators, right? These are the things. Merit of the proposed Fulbright project. They look by the subject point of view also. Need to conduct research in the United States that should reflect. Is it having the ability to or having the plan to work in a laboratory at United States? What is the outcome? What type of potential impact will be there? And what benefits both organization will will get it? So that is also equally counted. Motivation, seriousness of the purpose, maturity, leadership, cultural adaptability. These are the different mode of evaluation is there. So that will come from you are reading the seriously the proposal. Ability to contribute as a cultural ambassador beyond the specified field of study. Right? Communication skill is equally important in this case. Commitment to the community and national services. So these are also one of the criteria. If these points reflected in your proposal, you will get there is a possibility to get the fellowship. Success rate is very less. Around 6.7% people are getting a fellowship among out of 100. Like it means like around 93% applications or the applicants will get rejected from this. And gender equality is there. There is around 46% women nominees have selected. This is the last year data which is there. Right? If you are talking about the statistical profile of 23-24 cycle, is this one. The applicants has come like for the Fulbright Nehru Master Fellowship 289. These are the nominated candidates for the after interview. 19 as nominated for the Fulbright. So it means the success rate is 6.6. There is a big competition in Fulbright Nehru Postdoctoral Research Fellowship. So here around 670 as the applicants, 33 they get selected, and that is success rate is 5%. Likewise, we have the data for some other fellowships also. So we have the our average success rate is like a 6. If you are talking about the notable alumni, because this fellowship looks for your societal involvement, academic leadership to resolve certain issues where the society is facing. So in that point of view, people are looking for this fellowship. So of course, the majority of people which has on key positions in government, academia, and industry, where the Fulbrights are there. There is no other organization having this much strength. Around 53 Fulbright alumni awarded the Nobel Prize is not a joke. There is no other fellowships. Like Humboldt is there, then JSPS is there. Different fellowships are there. So, but nobody has got this recognition to provide the Nobel laureates to the society. Recognizes around 53 alumni of the Fulbright program from 14 different countries. We have been awarded the Nobel Prize for their contributions to the humanity. Right? So this is the big difference is there. Around 10 have been elected as the United States Congress. Around 18 have served as the head of state or the government institutes. I have served as the Secretary General of the United States. One have the 78 have received the Pulitzer Prize, which is equivalent to the Nobel Prize. More Nobel laureates are former Fulbright recipients than any other award programs. As we have shown, this is not possible from the other programs. Right? If you are looking for the role of the Fulbrighter, see this. These are the Fulbright fellows. They are interacting with this lady, and they are trying to note down certain things. How the through which culture they are there. See, this fellow has come from the United States and is like involved in to develop the solar panels here in the scientists from the India. This is the like a community problem. He has made some questionnaire. He's asking to these people and trying to build up the data file, which will help to implement certain what you can say the uh, what you can say the policies to make them upgrade. Right? These are just I am showing the examples how this is there. Right? This particular lady has come from the United States, and this is the senior research scholar. As a after means like she is admitted for their PhD in some other place, but he came here from United States to work in their proposed area. She is working on the textile and block printing. This is in on hand printings on Jaipur. They are he's working with this organization. Same here. See how see because if some foreigners are working to just throw the or like take the collect the garbages and to properly dispose this some other place. If the common people see is automatically they will get alert. So accordingly, this is doing the same job. So that community services type of things people are doing. This fellow is doing the same. Again, every Fulbrighters are having the responsibility to promote people from the either same organization or separate from others. So this is about the presentation of our information about the Fulbright. Also, it's like this fellow is giving, this Adam is giving the presentation, which is based on safety and quality of patient care. So this is again one of the hot area. Organize seminars and workshop related to your field of study. Same here. See, this fellow is a foreigner who involved in local marriage or wedding, local wedding at Georgie Alias. They are playing holy. It's tricking. So application deadlines begin from the May on a May, and everything is there on a website. That is USIEF organization is there. So every information you will get it from that. Right? If you want more information or more support from my side, you take a note of my email ID, that is bsathe.chemistry@bamu.ac.in. My WhatsApp number or the contact number is there 8275306471. Right? This is about the Fulbright fellowship. If you have any doubt related to this, just you ask me. Anybody? आहे कुणाला काय डाऊट? कुणाला अजून ऍडिशनल इन्फॉर्मेशन पाहिजे असेल तर विचारा. ठीक आहे, आपण थांबू ते एक 10 मिनिटाचा ब्रेक घेऊ. कितीचा ब्रेक असतो?
10 मिनिट.
10 मिनिट. ठीक आहे. Okay, there is some internet networking issue. Some of the local participants, I think, no, they are not able to join us. So we'll continue with the second talk, which I'm going to talk on communicating research results to peer-reviewed journals. Right. This is very important task. Those who are actively involved in research, for them, very it's important actually. So as a researcher, what is important? Its very first objective is to should work on a quality research, impact full research. It means research should be of societal importance, means like applicable to the society. So another issue is that ethics in research is very important, is having the value. So by keeping this everything is in a mind, I thought it's better to talk on this topic, right? So outline of my topic includes introduction of scientific writing and publishing research. Why should we publish? Then question comes, where should we publish? How to publish our research? And some other aspects related to the drafting, writing. And finally, I will conclude with some useful tips in evaluator point of view. Right? And finally, I will conclude my talk with some of the conclusions here. Hope I am audible properly. Anybody? Just give me the answer that you are able to hear me properly.
Yes, yes, sir, we are.
Okay. So as a general introduction, scientific research articles provides a method for the scientists to communicate with each other. Because we are doing our research somewhere here in a state university in Maharashtra. Maharashtra is the state in India. Like India, there are different countries. Some people in other countries, other states, other cities, other university, they are working. There is no direct contact with the people. So the writing a research article is the one of the way to communicate with each other. Right? Just see this cartoon. The research work is incomplete unless the results are disseminated to the wider community. If you are not open what you have done it, there is no meaning. Right? So it is incomplete totally. So we cannot get the information. So we cannot means like see the general global status where you are. If you are keep on working and the results are just storing with you, there is no meaning at all. Publishing is important for yourself, to your organization, to your scientific colleagues, and to the funding agency also. Right? It improves your career. So publishing research is, of course, will be the add-on in your profile. Your profile is add-on in your organization, like a university or your college. If you are collaborating, we are doing work together. So this will be the scientific addition in your colleague's profile also. If it is a funding based, so that outcome is also will go to the employer or to the organization which is supporting you as financing. Right? It improves your career since your work will be seen as the quality, good quality and reliability. Publication will increase your chances to attracting funders and collaborators, right? So at the end, publication will come from the, if you are opening your research, if you are putting in a particular in drafting way, submitting somewhere and getting uh, accepted. So likewise, number of publication comes on your profile, and if you apply for the grant, so that grant agency will think about that, okay, this person is having capability to utilize proper that grant, so then it is better to give them, so they will give us. So publication will increase your chances of attracting funding and collaborators. This will provide us how to write a paper also. Through this talk, what I am going to give the outline of the proposal, outline of the article, and how to publish this. Right? General structure includes title, author list, abstract, introduction, methods and materials, that is experimental synthesis part. Then the results from different techniques in the form of figures and tables, and discussion of this research, these results in a proper way, that is a discussion or the conclusion or the proposed mechanism pathway, you can say. Finally, it is the support based research, so where we need to what you can say thanks to either organization or the funding agency or your fellowship agency, whatever may be there, right? Then followed by the references or the cited literature. The question comes, why you are writing this article? Why you feel it's better to write? During writing, during publishing your research, be realistic about trying to get your work published. Your article must be suitable for the journal, and you should be prepared to make the revisions. It means, in short, the writing can be just as challenging as the research. Doing work in a lab is very easy task. But writing a convincing science to the common people is a very hard task. You must work out why you are writing an article. Is it you have made the minor addition, but you should write in an interesting or in an observation point of view where you should come out with the proper conclusion. Means they should have even the minor finding is okay, but they should have the complete finding. You have made a useful advance, that will be the forever advancement. You are putting your published information into a new context. That is a way of writing a review article or the scientific feature article. So this is the way actually the different approaches are there. You are synthesizing the information in a novel way that will be of interest to the others. Some people are putting their efforts to build up your profile or build up your concept by writing a review article, right? So this also is one of the way is to go for that. Your reasons must guide how you write and your choice of journal, right? So accordingly, there are the way some journals will take the communication, some journals will have the different style of publication. Some are communication, some are stories, some are the like a calculation based, right? So these are different. But if you are seeing the literature, 99% people are read only the title and the abstract. Wait, just 1 minute. Getting one urgent call. Hurry.
No sound, sir.
No, he is not online. Mine is off.
Sorry, yeah. Okay, we were talking about the why to write the articles, and we're at the end of this conclusion. That is, 99% readers will read only the title and abstract. Nobody is having these days to read whole paper of like a 10-15 pages, right? So in that way, we should also optimize ourselves to write very effective title and this your abstract, right? So the question comes, why should we publish, right? So it's a good principle actually. It's almost, we can say, is our duty to make our findings, our research, our results accessible to the common people, because on the basis of your findings somebody will work somewhere, and that person will come out with the conclusion that so your work is accessible to the all others. So likewise, so your work will be the foundation of some others work. It gives the scientific community a chance to find out about your work. That way, people are more likely to be able to build on it rather than reinvent the wheel and duplicate the result. Right? And at the end, you can say it is a way of paying back. If you are started working, you are finding something, so it means you are putting your efforts. Not only you are putting your efforts, you are spending some money. So that is supported by the government or some other agency or the even industry. So coming at the conclusion after evaluation by the somebody expert people, it is nothing but a paying back to who is giving you funding, paying back to your efforts also. It improves your writing and analytical skills. Of course, this is one of the great way to think about it. That is, it of course, once you have published one article this year, so you will understand the analytical approach, means the how to extract the conclusion from your data, right? So that will come from the writing skill. You will attract useful comments and inputs that you may not have thought of. Any article, once it come to you as the revision, you will get the idea that okay, some points are even not you out of your thought box. This will help your ideas to progress and improve your future work. So that first revision, second revision, third revision continuously if you are doing, so automatically your profile of that article will get improved. Sometime initially you have submitted for the 2 impact factor, the paper will go to 6 impact factor if it is rejected from 1 or 2 places after revision. So it gets you and your work known in the wider scientific and conservation community. This is very important. Good for your career, it will add on in your profile. Your profile is a part of your organization profile. So by this way, your publication will be having the very important support. Having a good track record of publication makes it easier to attract the funds or the collaborators who are having uh, the funding backup with us, right? So the publication may also lead you to the innovative to peer review the work of others or even to the join board, editorial boards and other things, right? So by this way, the publications are very important that I want to say here. Now the question comes, where should we publish? There are a number of ways where we can put your article. That is, peer-reviewed journals are the arguably the most widely respected avenue for presenting research finding. Publishing in journal is also challenging. Article must follow the strict guidelines and the rejection rate can be high. Besides writing for a peer-reviewed journals, you can write a book chapters. Depends on what is there in your hand. Either it is, you can put it in a book chapter form, you can put it in a newsletter form, you can add as in magazine articles, or you can put it in a blogs on a web pages. So this is in your hand. Occasionally you can be very serious of during the submitting your or putting your concept to the media, because media people are not from your area, right? Sometimes this will get the misconceptional and misrepresents the university, or this will sometimes the concept will get wrong in articles in newspaper, you can say, right? So the next question is very important, that is how to publish. We have the results. Publishing one's work is a challenge. Will provide the instructions for the contributors. Guidelines are there, general guidelines. But these must be followed to the details, or the editors will reject if you have not framed your article. This includes the layout and the format of both the body and references of your article. The restrictions for the contributors, authors can often be found on the journal's website. This is the way actually the question comes. Once it is rejected from one journal, we should go to the another journal. That guidelines, we need to follow the reference style, we need to follow the figure and table style and everything, right? And accordingly, we need to submit your article to that journal. So the instructions to the contributors or authors can often be found on the journal website. Right. So getting started writing your article, there are no magical ingredients to this. It does not necessarily come naturally, right? So it means you have the data in your hand. Nobody will give the details, means write up of that particular things. So you need to make your remedy, right? So however, there are general guidelines. There are scientific articles already available of that type of in literature. You can follow them, which means that anybody can improve their scientific writing skill by learning them. Some of the guidelines apply to all writings, not just scientific writing, and these are mostly aimed as improving the clarity of your article. Right? Other guidelines are scientific, very specific to writing articles for the scientific journals. Structure of the article is very important, right? So if you are continuously writing, we don't know how long it will take it. That depends on the how you are concluding. So by that point of view, if you are thinking, we should prepare the outline of your particular manuscript before started writing. What type of outline is needing? What that will help? It is nothing but a logical general description. It is a schematic of summary. It is an organization platter of your manuscript or that work, particular work. It is a usual and conceptual design of your writing, and outline reflects logical thinking and clear classification. By keeping this in a view, in mind, fix your deadline, start working on article in such a way that just you every day you are picking one of the point and started writing on that. So by that way, your outline will help. So what will add if you have prepared the outline? It adds in the process of writing. It helps you organize your idea. It provides a snapshot of each section of the paper. It represents your material in a logical form. It shows the relationship among ideas in your writing. It constructs an ordered overview of your article writing skill. And of course, it's very important, it defines the boundary. Otherwise, what will happen? If I'm writing, I continuously will write the 10 or 20 pages by seeing the literature. Okay, this should be add, this should be add, this should be add. So likewise, it will go. So to fix the boundaries, your outline will help. Right? So by this way, you have the one of the standpoint for to writing an article is just to go through the outline. Right. So if you are going through the one by one concept, the careful during the writing, the careful selection of the title is very important. You should start with the title. Make your title very specific enough to describe the content of the paper, but not so technical that only specialists will understand. It's not like that. Title should be appropriate and general to the audience. It's very important. You make it clear and concise title to reflect its emphasis and the content of the paper. This is very important. This is the example I have given here. It's not necessary. So these are the examples. Just see. So what title is? So we are talking about the examples which we have given here. This title, if the first title you just see, heteroatom nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur based biomolecules. So it says the content of this article is having the construction of such type of biomolecules. Second part of this title says it is a bifunctional electrocatalyst. This is acting as a electrocatalyst. This is one thing. Again, is a bifunctional, is having two different approaches to work. One is for the hydrogen oxidation, another is for the oxygen reduction. One is for the oxygen oxidation, and another is for the reduction. See, these two approaches as proposed in this article. So everything has reflected. If it is heteroatom, the question comes, other than carbon, other are the heteroatoms. So biomolecules containing heteroatom. So see the things how has covered. So then another one is like a electrochemical determination of semicarbazide on a carbon cobalt oxide nanoparticles. See the title. So this is for the environmental monitoring. It means what I want to say here, your title should self-explanatory. That should come out from the self, what you can say, the self-submission. So by reading the article, the reader should or the researcher should understand what is there in next 10 pages. That's the actual, the grip of your art, title framing. Right. Another criteria is author list. It is very important. Reason behind this is it's a part of ethics also. All those who had a substantial contributions, their name should add. The person who did the work and wrote the paper is generally listed as the first author of this article. This general practice which we know, right? So the facilitate information indexing and retrievals, corresponding authors to own responsibility. For the publishing article, most of the times what happens, the corresponding author will think, so this person is not having, or this fellow, his promotion is coming and we need to support. So we'll ask one of our research student to add his name. So this is not a fair way, right? Corresponding authors to having the own responsibility to give the justice to the proper author, right? For publishing article, other people who made substantial contribution to the work are also listed as the author. Ask your mentor's permission before including his or her name as a co-author. So authors, co-author, corresponding author, nowadays every article is asking for the contribution of the author. We need to mention what first author has done, what second author has done, what third author has done, what corresponding author has done to this article. So that is there nowadays. By considering this ethical part, nowadays the agent is like the scientific community, they have decided to add these things in article, and that will be forever in that. These are what people you when searching for the article in a literature. If I am having the expertise in a particular area, by putting my name, my 100 application articles will come, right? So that reflects. Some will be quite scientific to the your topic, such as this is one of the example. This should not be the broad or the materials or the device, right? So again, we have the keywords. Next to author, we can search an article by the keywords too, right? So this keywords also should represent the article. If something else keywords is not at all matching with the theme of your article, there is no meaning. So by putting the keyword, that article will not come, some other articles will open. So that should be the specific. Some will be quite specific to your topic. Right? and some will be the broad in that sense. See the keywords here I have given, the amino acid functionalization. So what amino acid we have taken? This amino acid we have taken. So is there on which on a graphene oxide. If you put a graphene oxide, this article will get open. If you put the amino acid, this article will get open. If you put the electrocatalyst, the article will open. If you put the oxygen evolution reaction, this article will get open. This is the case. Actually, the things are there. The author contribution is also given here. This is there in every article. This article is published in 2020. So where they have asked, what is the role of Vijay here? The role of Vijay is to design and conduct all experiment in laboratory. What Parag Chavan has done, he supervised and contributed to some of the synthesis and functionalization of graphene. Is one of the part he has covered, right? Then what is the role of this corresponding author? Is propose and supervise the whole project and assisted in the writing process and data analysis. Right? So by this way, the actual article will get built up. So abstract. As we have said, abstract and title is equally important. Abstract is nothing but a summary of this particular research article, giving the reader as the preview. Such abstracts may also be published separately in a bibliographical source, such as the biological abstract, chemical abstract, and so on. Right? They allow other scientists to go quickly the large number of literatures and decide whether decide which article they want to read in depth. So right, this comes from the abstract searching. The abstract should be a little less technical. They should be the general. Just some figures of the research results should be there. So then the article is you do not want to dissuade your potential audience from reading your paper. State briefly the purpose of this your article. Your abstract should be one paragraph that is having results and conclusions of the paper. Principal results and the major conclusions should reflect. It is not easy to include all the information in just a few words. Start by writing a summary that includes the whatever you think it is impossible, right? And then gradually use this as one of the or that of course that will impress to the referee. Also, we need to take the precaution that you don't add the abbreviations or the citations in the abstract. It should be able to stand alone without any footnotes, right? So, but it should be very limited, very concise, very effective, selling based, right? So, this is the actual structure which we are expecting. This is the thing, one of the example I'm showing here. So, how should be the abstract? So, if you're talking about the article, so overall text, there that is depends on the where you are putting your results. It is nothing but the introduction, methods and materials, experimental aspect, results, figures, captions, discussion table and graphs, references. This is the general text or structure of your article. So this will be for all communication types, like maybe the communication article, maybe the full paper, feature article, cover gallery, right? Front space gallery, reviews, mini reviews, essay type of articles, viewpoints, editorial types, right? This is like author profiles. Means I'm having a 200 or 500 papers. So somebody will write one article on my profile. So that is also there. Book reviews or like a biography writing and all these things where we need to fit our the writing skill. So, but in general, if you are talking about the writing, first writing, in my writing, I average about 10 pages a day. Unfortunately, they all is the same pages. If your first time you started writing article, these are the very great word has by the craft of scientific writing, Michael Alley. He has wrote, he has given this style line based on his finding, his efforts. Right? So a major part of any writing assignment consists of a rewriting. To further improve, we need to continuously edit the first draft. It's still important to do your own evaluation of article, regardless of where you found it. Right? Earlier it was different, but nowadays there are softwares. They find this is like looks like you have taken from some other article. We used to say that is a plagiarism, right? So that will come from the continuous editing. It means a major part of any writing is consist of a rewriting. Check your grammar, spelling, and punctuations. Use a spell checker. There are n number of softwares, or automatically Word, Microsoft Office itself will highlight that word if some mistake is comes. Right? When we consider the animal as a whole, students' paper. So this is the actual editing, we can say. Your spell checker may not recognize the scientific terms. We need to work out on that. For the correct spelling, try one of the technical dictionaries. Don't use unnecessary commas. Proofread carefully to see if you have any words count or any sentence out. So this will come if you are putting serious efforts to work out on that. Useful tips to get an article published is the editor choice on how to get work published. That is, study the journal. Very first, you work out on the journal in such a way that we should understand the article, the journal first. Which type of articles are getting published? It is nothing but a choice of journal. The first step is to know who the journal is for and the kinds of articles it is published in that journal. Right? So that is first step. Second is the use of good English. So my suggestion to you all is that it's better, instead of going for a full article, better to go for the short articles like mini reviews and the communication articles where the writing is, if you are writing less, possibility to go get wrong, I mean, or get what you can say, the uh, bad writing is less. If you have the 10 or the 10 pages, instead of 10, if somebody asks you to write in a 2 pages, possibility to repetition is less. Effectiveness is of course more. Effectiveness in sense of science representation and English both. Right? Reviewers often reject papers because of the grammar, which is bad, rather than on the basis of the content. language is the problem. So use possible good English, go to class, learn writings, English in a good way, right? Be realistic, be aware of the value of your results, but don't over interpret. Most of the things what people have the habit to see the literature and try to fit your result in that literature is not a good way. You present your results in a realistic way. Then the possibility, because the people, those who are evaluating your result, they are having the experience of more than 20-25 years in that area. So they see your article in a realistic point of view. If they feel this is a fake write-up, so they will kick out. Your paper will get rejected. Tell a coherent story. There should not be the gap. Don't make the sweeping conclusion if you don't have the results to support them. That is, do not be over speculative. Right? Don't try too hard to sound important. Don't use a pompous voice. Most of the times this happens. Make sure the title matches the content and content matches to the abstract and abstract matches to the key point. Right? So they should have the internal connection with each other. So that comes from the rewording. To improve the quality of your writing, that comes from the your reading. Your reading will improve the, what you can say, the vocabulary of that area. Right? So the different journals cover different subject areas and reasons. We suggest you try and broaden your horizons. If so far you have just published in a national journal or in a regional, try to go for the international journal. You don't make yourself is limited to the regions, right? So that is the one of the way to go for the international approach.
Hello. Hello. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
हाँ हाँ बोला मॅडम.
हाँ, sir, resource person
आवाज
is
येत नाही.
yes,
Hello.
sir.
आवाज येत
Slides are
नाही.
moving, but sound is not.
Yes, yes. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There is a network problem here.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. The network has blocked. Actually, they have put the jammer to the all network has blocked. It's getting disrupted in between.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Same problem for the most of the half of the participants has not joined for the second talk because after 1.5 hours they have stopped the network here for because of some local issues here in Aurangabad. Okay, this is general overview about the writing article. Now we'll little talk on the evaluating the journal articles, how it is there and all these things. So evaluation point of view, if you are looking for the article, this is general structure. It will start with the submission of your paper to the journal. So the basic requirement, if it meets, the job is of the editor is to either go with the further assignment of a reviewer, or if the it is not as per the guidelines, so they will straightforward reject it. Reject, or they will ask for the technical revise and then again resubmit it. Right? This is if it is yes, reviewers will go review it, they will submit their recommendations. So that on the basis of recommendations, editor will take the decision either to accept or to reject it. Right? If it is a reject, it will go out. If it is a revision, that they will make the revision. There is a scope for to revise it by the on the basis of the recommendation as given by the reviewer. They will ask them to revise it. So the revised manuscript again will go to the initial the same platform. If it is accepted, it will get accepted. If the comments are stated for the recommendation for the accept, they will accept it. Right? It means author send an article to the journal editor. Journal editor will work on that reviewing process and they will give the decision. Not everything in a peer-reviewed journal is a peer review. Scholarly journals also include the editorial book reviews, news articles, and opinion columns which are not peer reviewed. See, understand first. Article is published after it meets the researchers and editor standards, rejected if it not met it. Right? This is about the general structure of the reviewing your article. Right? So the also equally important that who is writing this article, from which group. Most of the cases you might have seen the discussion, scientific discussion, that this same work, if you publish if you are publishing this article from the India, if same article if you are publishing from the United States, impact of that work is 10 times more. This is fact. Who is publishing, from where it is publishing, that is equally important. Publishing from the institute like IISER, IITs, and same work, if I am publishing from the university, the impact is less by 2 to 3 impact factor. Will not get the publication in a quality journal as the people are getting a publication from the institutes. Right? What is the purpose of this, of the resource? When was the resource published? Where is the information from? Why the resource reliable, resource reliable? So these questions are the key points for the publications. This is again the craft test. That craft test says the currency, relevance, authority, accuracy, and purpose. These are the standpoint of where this through this path the publication goes. When was the information published? It is up to date or not? This is about the relevance. Is the information what you are really looking for? Who is the material written by academicians or professionals or the students or the general public that represent the impact of your work, right? Authority, who published, who wrote it, or who edited this information? Is the author an expert on the topic? Accuracy, is the information reliable and accurate? Do other resources verify this information, right? The purpose, what is the purpose of this information? Is the bias to one point of view? This is actual the craft phase. So if you're talking about the evaluation, so evaluating the manuscript as a peer reviewer. So if I am the reviewer, so what I am expecting from the journal? The establish a general overview of the paper. Consider the keywords for the discoverability. Differentiate between the introduction and the abstract. See that very serious point of view. We can comment on that, revise the abstract. I can comment on that, add some recent introduction is not proper. Introduction should be the what is the motivation of this article. Assure that the materials and methods are completely is highly clear. That should be the actual the key point of your articles. Examine results and figures with a sharp eyes. Have a solid understanding of statistics. Look for the clarity from the discussion and conclusion point of view. Keep your eyes out for the references. Know the difference in reviewing a review. Write a constructive reviewer report. These are the actual the ways or the steps where the reviewer are looking for. Right? If it is references are like 10 years back, not today, what is going on is not written. So there is no meaning for that. If there is no clarity in discussion and conclusion, so the what is the meaning of writing article? If the data is not sufficient to understand the conclusion, so there is no meaning. Examine the results and figures with a sharp eyes. So these are the actually evaluating criteria for this. If this is not comes in a proper way, most of the times people give the suggestions to transfer into the some other journal. If rejection goes some other unconnected journal, so they makes the recommendation to this revised version will consider in a sister journal. So this is one of the way to make them what we can say make them attached with that journal organization, like American Chemical Society. More than 40 article list of journals are there. So one, if it is not sufficient for publication in this journal, they will ask, the editor will suggest some other low impact factor journal from the list. This is one of the way. That is the article transfer criteria. Even though it's transfer, there is no guarantee of acceptance. Right? That is the way actually the transfer works. So nowadays the open reviewing process has come in. It means people are opening means like a reviewer's name is coming on an article, original article. Earlier it was not. I am not knowing the which article I have reviewed, or the author is not knowing the who has reviewed that article. But nowadays not. There is open reviewer system is coming. So I was the reviewer for this, and editor was this. So editor's name is there, my name is there as a reviewer. This fellow is from the Jim from the University of Texas, Austin, from the United States is another reviewer. So we have reviewed this article and we have recommended this for the publication. So this is the another way to go for the clarity or the transparency in the review. Right? This is about my research profile. I don't want to go in more detail. So the scientific writing and publishing research is designed to accompany a practical training workshop that builds expertise in writing for the publication and providing advice on how to publish in a national and international journals. Right? With this, I thank you for your patiently listening. I am expecting the questions from you all from both my topics. First topic is approaching for the fellowships, international fellowship especially. I was made limited to the US based fellowships. And another was the writing on quality, writing or publishing the article in a quality journal. Questions, please.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
We have 10 minutes, more than 10 minutes actually for this. Okay?
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. I want to ask that some generals are monthly generals, right?
Yeah.
Like ISRAR and all. So is that come under good general or what, sir? Please, because they are pre general, no doubt. Is they are good monthly general?
Which journal you are asking?
ISRAR, like ISRAR and all. They are monthly general. They used to publish monthly.
That is again, that is limited for that. Okay. Even though monthly, it's like all journals are even weekly articles are coming out.
Okay.
Right. So, but they should have the peer review, and that should be like what you can say the international report is the important thing actually for this. See, my advice to you all that we are putting a time to write an article like 15 days or a month. Then why to go for the local journals? Why not to go for the high journal? Because we are spending a time. So article will come in a good journal. Automatically that trend that will come from your confidence. You are spending time, so that spend time should means like should come out in the form of outcome.
Yes, right, sir. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
We Scopus and UGC, even UGC here, which is at with the
And
low
nowadays
cost.
it becomes very easy. Yeah, chat GPT is coming. You can reword what you have written. You can take that help. Literature is available. N number of publications. We can open it, or you can ask your colleagues to send it, or you ask your friends from institute to send us. We have the resources. UGC has given the access to lot many journals. We have the university access, or we have, if you are the reviewer, you will get the Scopus means like Scopus access for a month per paper if you are reviewing. So it is a very easy task for us to make a good track of publication. But of course, that comes from the practice. You need to put more and more time for that.
Okay. Thank you so
Okay.
much,
Any
sir, for
other?
answering. Very hard. Thank you. sir,
Okay.
for taking the time to share your knowledge, guidance about the project proposal, and scientific research article with all of us. I've also give special thanks to the organization members, Dr. Shri Sundar, Professor Sanjay Dr. Dr. Gaurav sir, and Director. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, one and all, for
Thank you,
patiently
sir.
listening.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.